Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Morning Podcast. So firstly, let's see how Indian markets closed last week. The benchmark indices closed on a positive note with Sensex gaining 655 points, that is 0.9% higher to settle at 73,651 levels. Nifty 50 was up by 203 points, that is about 0.92% higher to settle at 22,327 levels. The broader markets also gained with Nifty Midcap 100 gaining by 0.5%. And the Nifty Small Cap 100 was almost flat at 0.04%. If we talk about the top 5 gainers and losers of Nifty 50, then Grasim, Bajaj Finserv, Hero MotoCorp, Bajaj Finance and Eicher Motors were the top 5 gainers on NSE, while Shriram Finance, Axis Bank, Bajaj Auto, Tech Mahindra and Reliance Industries were the top 5 losers on Nifty 50. Looking into the sector-wise performance, then on BSE, BSE Healthcare and Metals were the top top sectors which closed with the highest gains. BSE Healthcare gained with about 1.2% of gains, and BSE Metal was also up by 1.1%. This was followed by other sectoral indices like commodities, consumer discretionary, oil and gas, FMCG, IT, services and realty. All these sectors also closed on a positive note on BSE. About 55 stocks scaled 52-week highs on BSE, which included names like ABB, Force Motors, L&T, Maruti, Adani Ports and SEZ, Cummins India, etc. And around 89 stocks have scaled at 52-week lows, which included stocks like Aavas Financials, Delta Corp, Gandhar Oil Refinery India, ESAF Small Finance Bank, Tatva Chintan Pharma Chemicals, etc. If we look into the market breadth, then on BSE exchange about 1,793 stocks have advanced, while 2,042 stocks have declined. On the fund flow side, the DIIs were both FIIs and DIIs were net buyers on the Thursday's trading session, with DIIs net buying 2,692 crores and FIIs net bought 188 crore rupees on Thursday's trading session. If we look into the global market cues, then the US cues are mostly positive, except for Nasdaq, which dropped for 0.1%. S&P 500 and Dow has gained 0.1% each. So if we look into the Asian market cues, also the Asian markets are mostly trading on the positive side. So the global cues looks largely supportive, and we can expect a flat to positive start for our market today. Moving on to some of the stock-specific action for today. First one is HDFC Bank. The lender is planning to sell its 100% stake in HDFC Education and Development Services through the Swiss challenge method. After the Swiss challenge process is over, the bank will decide on the purchaser. So this will be neutral to positive for HDFC Bank in short term. IT major Infosys is expecting a refund of rupees 6,329 crores from the IT department. The company has also informed the stock exchanges about tax demand to the tune of rupees 2,763 crores. So overall, it is neutral to positive for Infosys in short term. NTPC has discontinued operations of its 2x110 megawatts Barauni Thermal Power Station Stage 1 permanently. So it is neutral to slightly negative for the company in short term. JSW Steel's unit JSW Vijayanagar Metallics has commissioned 5 MTPA capacity hot strip mill at its Vijayanagar plant. So that's positive for JSW Steel in medium to long term. Bank of India has received a tax demand of rupees 564.4 crores from Income Tax Department for the assessment year 18-19. So this is marginally negative for Bank of India in short term. Punjab National Bank has approved raising capital of up to rupees 10,000 crores via compliant bonds in one or more tranches during FY25. So that's neutral to slightly positive for PNB in medium term. Strides Pharma is also in focus as the corporate insolvency resolution process against the company's unit Strides Lathur has been stayed by the NCLT. So that's neutral news for Strides Pharma in short term. Aurobindo Pharma's unit Curatech Biologics has signed an agreement with Merck Sharp and Dome Singapore Trading for contract manufacturing operations. So that's positive for the company in medium to long term. Rail Vikas Nigam has emerged as the lowest bidder for a rupees 148 crore order from Railways for upgradation of electric traction system. So positive for RVNL in short to medium term. Torrent Power has received letter of award from its distribution unit for setting up 150 megawatts grid-connected wind-solar hybrid project with a cost of rupees 1,825 crores. So positive for Torrent Power in short to medium term. The board of Asian Paints has approved investment of rupees 200 crores in unit Asian Paints International, so that's positive for Asian Paints. Macrotech developers will acquire 50% stake in Siddhivinayak Realties, so that's positive for Macrotech developers in short to medium term. Canara Bank will dilute 13% stake in Canara Robeco AMC by IPO, subject to regulatory approval, so that's neutral to positive for Canara Bank in short term. Reliance Infra has entered into agreements with Rosa Power Supply and Tato Hydro Power for availing secured borrowings in one or more tranches via inter-corporate deposits of rupees 425 crores. So that's neutral to positive for Reliance Infra in short term. Honasa Consumer has announced its latest venture, Stays, which is a revolutionary color cosmetic line designed to redefine beauty routines and which is in addition to the company's portfolio. So that's overall positive for Honasa Consumer in medium to long term. Great Eastern Shipping has contracted to buy a medium-range product tanker of about 51,486 deadweight tons to modernize and expand the fleet. The proposed ship will be financed entirely from internal accruals, so that's positive for Great Eastern Shipping. Edelweiss Financial Services has approved issue of NCDs worth rupees 200 crores, so that's positive for Edelweiss Financial Services. Avenue Supermarts has opened new stores in Telangana, Punjab and Maharashtra, and with this the total number of stores as on date stands at 361, so that's positive for Avenue Supermarts in medium term. Karnataka Bank has approved allotment of QIP of rupees 600 crores. It has also entered into a pact with ICICI Lombard General Insurance to distribute their general insurance products. So positive for Karnataka Bank in short to medium term. Lemon Tree Hotels has launched its fourth property in Himachal Pradesh with Lemon Tree Hotel Kasauli. So positive for the company in short to medium to long term. Borosil has achieved commercial production from its new 25 tons per day production facility of borosilicate glass pressware at Jaipur. So that's positive for the company in medium to long term. Moving on to some of the corporate actions, if we first talk about some of the bulk deals which have happened in case of few companies, then in Shriram Finance, Shriram Value Services have bought 59.8 lakh shares, that is about 1.59% at rupees 2,386 per share. And Sanlam Life Insurance has sold 59.8 lakh shares, which is the same 1.59% of the stake at rupees 2,386 per share. So bulk deal has happened in case of Shriram Finance. In case of RateGain Travel Technologies, Megha Chopra has sold 25.2 lakh shares, that is about 2.32% of the stake at rupees 715.3 per share. Against that, Societe Generale has bought 9.33 lakh shares, which is 0.86% of the stake at rupees 715 per share. In case of IDFC First Bank, Cloverdale Investment has sold 15.8 crore shares, which is 2.25% of the stake at rupees 75.24 per share. In case of SG Mart, Dhruv Gupta has sold 70 lakh shares, which is 6.28% of the stake at rupees 476.17 per share. Against that, Veera Gupta has bought 12 lakh shares, which is 1.08% of the stake at rupees 476 per share. And Everest Finance and Investment has bought 9.45 lakh shares, which is 0.85% of the stake at rupees 476.1 per share. If we look into some of the insider trades data, then in case of Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals, promoter Robust Marketing Services have bought 30,000 shares on 28th and 29th of March. In case of Ion Exchange, promoter Mahabir Prasad Patni has sold 25,000 shares on 29th March. And in case of Pidilite Industries, promoter Maithili Parekh has sold 1 lakh shares on 29th March. If we look at some of the corporate actions for today's trade, then today is the ex-date for special dividend of Aditya Vision and ex-date for interim dividend of Housing and Urban Development Corporation, and also ex-date for the stock split of Persistent Systems. So this was all about the Daily Morning Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.